Namaste, Capricorns and Capricorn Risings, and welcome to Soul Horoscope Super Scopes. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am the sensei to serious joy, and I believe that serious joy is just 11 steps away. It's just 11 steps to serious joy. And guess what step you are in that path? You are step 8. If you're a Capricorn or a Capricorn Rising, you're all about the moment we decide. You're a decision maker, and your heart loves to make a decision, and making a decision is an important part of a healthy breakfast for you. Right? So where are the step 8s? Well, you're stepping into a whole new you. Why? Well, because of the nature of this particular year and the sun in Pisces. It's a new way of thinking. It's now time to change the way Capricorn to Capricorn Risings think. And you're maybe wondering, what does that mean exactly? Well, what it means is compassion, mercy, and being a little bit easier on yourself. Now, I've been saying this for so long for Capricorns, but it's finally led to a final point where thoughts are the one thing holding back Capricorns and Capricorn Risings. It really is the one thing holding them back. The way you think, the way you talk to yourself, and probably the way you allow people to talk to you. All of the above. It's all a reflection. This year, there will be a profound shift in the way you think. This may come from a very abrupt conflict, legal conflict, argument, or situation, but what's underneath is a different way of talking to yourself, a different tone altogether, a different approach in your thinking process. Now, there's many reasons for this. It's not just the thinking alone, but thinking is one to note. The sun will cross Neptune this week, and Neptune is at step 5 in Pisces. It's home state of awareness. The last time Neptune was in Pisces at this degree was 1864, the Civil War. So the last time Capricorns lightened up on their thinking was 1864. I don't know if you're in the south or the north. All I was saying is that we all lightened up on our thinking at that point, and that was part of what was going on. So that's a big deal. But there's more. Pluto in Capricorn, all right, has been working on you since 2009, getting you to change your ego. Well, Pluto is now at 12 degrees, which means it's now at a breakthrough point of a new ego and a new personality. And Pluto hasn't been in Capricorn since 1768, right before the American Revolution. Isn't it funny every time there's a revolution or a breakdown with America, Capricorn's involved, huh? I'm telling you. All right, so one more story, marriage and partnership. Capricorns, Capricorn Risings are changing the way they step into their own marriage and partnerships, changing the way they feel in relationships, and making their feelings important in relationships, which wasn't always the case. You always went cold and only were sensitive to your partners. This is the first time you've changed emotionally since 2002. So it's the emotional change. One more thing. Saturn in Scorpio, which is a real big one as well. This is you changing and making different decisions about what you think you have to be in the world. So you're actually pulling back, being less emotionally responsive to the world, less hard on yourself when it comes to what you think you have to be in the world. That's another change. So there's world change, there's ego change, there's relationship marriage change, and this all leads to thinking change. If you want to move forward, your thinking has to be more compassionate. Now, I have a magic 2-word phrase that will get you through any hard day this week if it gets really brutal. Here it is. Are you ready? It's okay. This is my self-compassion mantra. No matter what comes in your head, your response is, it's okay. Can't pay the rent? It's okay. It's okay. Did you hear what she said? It's okay. Everything is okay. It has to be okay. Why? Because you said so. That's why. So it's okay, and that is the lubricant to get through the week. And that is the lubricant for all these stories to ascend. For you to stay flexible enough for all these stories I just laid out to work, it has to all be okay. It has to be. All right? So it's okay is the mantra. Now, what does that bring for the week? Well, the breakdowns will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it could be arguments, mental breakdowns, legal breakdowns, contract breakdowns, breakdowns in communication, breakdowns in what your concern is, breakdowns in that regard. Those breakdowns lead to an excuse for things to be okay. But it could be many things that trigger in any of the stories, where you are in the world. It could be your ego, what you're working on with ego. It could be your marriage and partnerships and that sort of thing. Any of these stories I listed could be an excuse for mental anxiety and breakdown, but it's okay. So you'll go through that. You must maintain self-compassion and awareness Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then come Monday night, things start to get better. And then the moon moves into Capricorn, so it definitely gets better. And Tuesday, it's Love Fest Day, the most powerful day of the month to feel and exchange love. And I think this will be the first day where it really does feel okay. Now, what triggers it is the moon crossing Venus, and Venus is at VQ24 right now, 8VQ24. So Venus is in Capricorn, and I think you're going to be feeling strong and good and maybe attractive and shiny, and this will help you to think it's okay. All right. Now, Mercury itself, thinking of thinking, well, Mercury, the planet of thinking, is retrograde. So we're thinking inside out. And it does mean that Capricorns and Capricorn risings are rethinking issues around soul capital, self-esteem, what you're worth. So you'll be rethinking what you're worth, maybe rethinking a business deal, maybe rethinking a price on something until probably Thursday. And then you'll be real clear and boom, you'll move forward on Friday when Mercury goes direct. Now on Friday, it's also Lightcast Day. So Friday is the actual day where you're launching the new attitude, breaking down the old attitude on the weekend before, building and light casting a new plateau of an attitude. And this is a way of talking to yourself at the low end of chapter 1, right? So it's okay is it, and Friday we hold space. So what about love stories, my Capricorns? My 8VQs are always asking, what about love stories? Here you go. Well, for the 8VQs, that is a person born with Venus in Capricorn. And if you're a Capricorn, you may have Venus in Capricorn. If you're a Capricorn rising, probably not, but you may. And if you're not, you may have Venus in Capricorn, and that makes you an 8VQ. The 8VQs right now are redefining themselves for relationships. In fact, every time you act differently or change the way you react to your existing relationships or anyone on earth, you propel yourself to a new place for love. So just like the Capricorns, the 8VQs need to be self-nurturing, self-compassionate, and maintain an it's okay attitude. And you know, Capricorns tend to come off a little harsh, so this self-okay thing is going to help you soften up and let your heart come out, which really, you have tender hearts. You have Taurus in the house of inner child, so I know you 8VQs. But at the end of the day, you want to move forward with a new response, respond differently to your partners, respond differently to yourself, and take different actions that are more loving for yourself. That will be the best thing you can do in existing relationships and to draw in the relationship that you deserve. Now, if you're a lady and you want some help with your VQ, come on down to gavenus.me. It's a social group on Facebook for ladies, and we have some Venus volunteers that will help you look up your VQ. If you'd like to have me remind you to be nice to yourself, I do that for a living. I have a service called GA Venus, and for $19.95 a month, I will text you reminders to everything I just told you. And if you don't fit in those categories, come on down to soulmart.me, will you? Because I have put up some new videos that explain VQ, Venus quotients, for everyone. So come on down, it's free. There's some videos that explain how to look up your VQ, and then there's a video for every VQ there. So dive in, get to know yourself. It's my gift to the world to help you love yourself better and to bring us all into self-compassion and peace. Hey, and one last request. If you're watching on YouTube, would you be kind enough to subscribe to our channel? We do appreciate that. All right, my 8VQs, my Capricorns, my Capricorn Risings, all I can say is be nice to yourself, all right? Do you talk to your mother with that mouth? You kiss your mother with that mouth? You know, be nice, be self-nurturing. It's okay, and it is always okay. And I'll see you in 7 days with more, okay? All right, live, love, be.